What up, what up, what up? Coach Khayr in the building. Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia. What is relationship science? I'm about to do 3 classes tonight, next Thursday, and on the 21st to talk about relationship science and the magical aspects of it, from a sorcerer perspective, all right? From a magical perspective. So please press 2 if you shared the video. I appreciate you coming through. What up, Demetrius? What up, Ree? What up, Teresa? Lada Mata. I'm going to explain what relationship science is, and then you can decide whether you should come to class or not tonight. All right? Feels like I'm looking up to y'all, which is okay. Abdul Kul Tafalatat, Wabazon, Gama Farragoon, Shalel Kaloon. I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. I am a part of all, and all is a part of me. And I am one with all, and all is one with me. And I can succeed as a part of all and fail as an individual. And I can be all that I wish in all, as long as my wish is to stay in all. I am never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, I do. Estunje ilaku. All right. So, what up, Yusuf? Jasmine is in the building. So check it out. I'm going to do the parts of the beginning of the class that I'm going to be doing tonight at 9 o'clock. Selfdiscoveryclass.info. If somebody posts a link, we can pin it so somebody may want to go and sign up. Please make sure you do get the private password when you register. If you haven't got the private password, you're not finished registering. All right, now let's get into it. Some of you think that relationships are based around romance. I had someone tell me the other day, they was like, I'm not getting enough romance. I need more romance in my life. Let's describe the word romance. I have to start with the downside before we can get to the upside. Romance comes from the Romantic period, which is the French. The French, that was how we had the Harlem Renaissance. We had the regular Renaissance, then we had the Harlem Renaissance. There was a Romantic period that came from France, right? And what they did, they were not taking baths. And they were using perfumes to cover up the funk. They were writing poetry about things, love and things, but they were paying other people to ghostwrite for them so they could have sex with women. So they weren't original lyrics, and then they were covering up the funk with perfume. That's why you go to France and you go, oh, this smells so good, this smells so good. But nothing is worse than some perfume on top of some funk. You understand what I'm saying? But some fresh soap and water, I done mugged many of women coming fresh out the shower with a towel on. I gotta put some oil on. No, you don't. I haven't put on my others. Don't worry about that. You can put that on later. I'm gonna have to take another shower. That's right. That cleanliness, it's something about that cleanliness coming fresh out the shower that make a man say, just like my fist, that wood, right? But in France, here you're not taking no baths. You know, that was the European culture at that time. And so there was all this deception. There's all this deception going around. And now that creates the word romance. Because romance before the Romantic period did not exist. There's no ancient term for romance. Sanskrit, Hebrew, cuneiform. There's no ancient language for romance. It's about covering up the funk. It's like making it seem one way, making it seem really, really sweet. Now, I'm not saying that a relationship shouldn't have some sweetness in it, but what I am saying is that a relationship is a business. There are mechanics to a relationship. Just like all of you have a car or you ride in a car. Right? Thank you for joining. What up, Tiffany? What up, Tellus? What up, Elena? I see Chucky in the building. What up, Kristen? Please press 2 if you share the video, and please introduce yourself, name, and what city and state you stay in. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So in a relationship, it's business. We're always talking about what lane am I in. Women are always saying what you bringing to the table. The man is, whatever his qualifiers are, which I really got beef with. The ladies have been on me because I've been talking about women so much. Well, I got problems with men too because y'all niggas is fumbling the ball so hard. Y'all are fumbling the ball too. The men, like, your criteria, it takes two to tango. She didn't just, there's not all these women and baby mamas out here who just by themselves had immaculate conceptions. Okay? Them 3 nuns who just went to Africa, that could have been, some black Jesus immaculate conception. But hey, who am I to judge? But if you don't know the mechanics of a relationship and you try to add romance too early, it's going to fall apart. So I like to describe relationship science as the mechanics of a relationship. Much like a transmission. Not like tires, not like brakes, not like windshield wipers. Transmission, drivetrain, and the rear axle. That part. It keeps the relationship moving. It keeps the relationship moving. What up, Tiffany? Albuquerque, New Mexico, Libra gang. Natasha Williams is in the building. Yes. Class starts at 9 o'clock tonight for the extensive of this. For you to come in and ask your questions. Because I'm not going to give it all away, but I have to preamble you with this. A relationship has mechanics. And normally when you get frustrated in your relationship, whether you're in a friendship, a dating ship, a situationship, or a marriage, it's because the mechanics done fell apart. What up, Team Taurus in Baltimore? Your mechanics have fell apart. So, my parents didn't teach me mechanics. My grandparents didn't teach my parents mechanics. The barbershop definitely didn't teach mechanics. What they're teaching at the barbershop and the churches is romance. Illusionary. Is this thing clear? Okay, that's good. What up, Miss Ray? Thanks everybody for pressing 2 to share the video. Share this in the Let's Talk Magic group, pretty please. And also, can you share this in all of the groups that you're in that got something to do with relationships? All right. I'm single and I want to date online. Plenty of Fish, Tinder. Facebook is a relationship platform. But do you know the mechanics? Just, oh, I like you, look at you, hi. What do most women say to thoroughbred women? They tired of guys coming in their inbox saying, peace, queen. Hey. And she looking at you like this. You know why? Because you're lame. Because even though women are the ones who are normally too romantic, which leads men to being too romantic, they still want relationship science. Soon as they see the mechanics working properly, they fall in line. What up, Noble? Thank you for sharing. I see Greensboro in the building. Team Aquarius. Been a while, happy to be in the building. Oh, been a while, happy to be in the building. Boy, y'all don't use punctuation like you used to. Can somebody please type selfdiscoveryclass.info, please, so I can tag it or pin it. What up, Cedar? So, what up, Magus? Here's the difference between relationship science and romance. Relationship science, hey Antoinette, relationship science is the gas you put in the car. Romance is the oil you put in the car. What is the proper ratio? So there's some men on here. Let's ask the men, what is the proper ratio for gas to oil in a car? And women, you can guess too, what's the proper ratio? Does anybody want to take a guess? What is the, Naima, what it do? Hey Linda, how you feeling? What is the proper ratio for gas to oil in the car? So let's just start. Who wants to be an example? What do you normally, how much does it take to fill up your car? Let's just say you got a car and it costs you $40 to fill up from dead empty, right? And you got to fill that car up with gas 3 times a month. That's $120. And possibly it was a 12-gallon tank. So that's 36 gallons of gas. Now, how much oil do you put in the car? 5 quarts. That's 1 gallon and 1/4. That's 1 1 1/4 gallons. And that can last 3 months. So in 1 month, you could put 120 gallons of gas. In 3 months, you could put 360 gallons of gas. So 360 is 4 quarts to a gallon, right? So then 4 times 360 is 1440. Wow. So if you got 1,440 quarts of gas for 3 months, but only 5 quarts of oil, that's really not even an 80-20. But we're just going to use it like that, okay? And this is for the ladies who don't even know anything about mechanics. Watch this. Do you put oil in your car every time you put gas in it? This is for ladies, but this is for everybody. Do you put oil in your car every time you put gas in it? The answer is no, you don't. Damn near every time you stop, though, you're going to have to put some gas in the car. But not oil. You can drive across the country and back off of 5 quarts of oil. So romance is like the oil you put in your car. It keeps it lubricated, but it doesn't make the car run. The car could still crank up and run without gas, but the car cannot run. No, the car can crank up and run without oil, but the car cannot even crank up without gas. And a lot of y'all are just pouring oil in your gas tank. Or you're pouring more oil into the engine, trying to lubricate it, but you don't have anything to make it combustible in the tank. Y'all don't hear me, though. Y'all don't hear me. What must you do in order to make the car go? Car got to have gas in it. Now, a car can run low on oil. 3 quarts of oil, 2 quarts of oil. It's not good for the car, but it can still move. But without gas, you ain't going nowhere. Zero. So why do the gas is relationship science? The gas is knowing the mechanics of how relationships operate. The gas is what we're teaching tonight at selfdiscoveryclass.info. That's what we're teaching. I don't got time for you to be romantic with me all the time. You can get some flowers, but can we work on this relationship and work on commitment? A lot of y'all don't know what the word commitment is. Woo! Who knows what the word commitment is? See, watch how many different definitions we get for commitment. If I say, what is water? Everybody's going to type the same thing. Everybody type, what is water? Type the formula, and then everybody type what you think your definition of commitment is. Because some people think the word commitment means exclusive. And it doesn't. Did you know that? What up, Angie Eve? What up, T. Barton? Did you know that the word exclusive the word commitment does not mean exclusive? Did you know that you could be committed in a polygamous relationship? Did you know that you could be committed in an open relationship? Do you know that you could be committed in a polyandry type relationship? But see, nobody's typing what the word committed is. Committed is not consistent. Consistency to what? See, everybody don't know. Everybody just guessing. Everybody's guessing. Everybody's guessing. But you know what water is? H2O. Every country on the planet. You ain't even got to speak English. Water, H2O. Commitment means I'm putting in work. I put in work. That's pretty close, but putting in work on what? I need a little more specific, Miss Dugan. You close. Yes, but this is what I'm saying. T. Barton, how old are you? And why do I have to define the term? I don't have to define what water is. I don't have to define what the symbol for oxygen or hydrogen is. So why do I have to define what the word commitment means? The reason people don't know what commitment means is because they're so romantic. The word commitment has been romanticized. I want to take the word commitment and put it back into relationship science. Kristen, you A student, you. Kristen said, I already know. I'm over here. I done heard this speech before. She living it. She got her boo. Go ahead, Kristen. I see you on Instagram. She on vacations and staycations and cut it up. Keep her hand on her man heart, on his chest all the time. Committed to the work. That's what relationships is. Committed to the work. I got to tag that. Committed to working on self. That's what in a relationship, that's what a commitment is. I'm committed to the practice. That's what I really wanted her to say. What is the practice? I'm committed on making myself better for this relationship so you can be better for the relationship. A committed relationship is committed to the practice. Can I get everybody to type that, please? Committed relationship means you are committed to the practice. That's all. That's all. No, a committed relationship is not being dedicated to growing and evolving with another person or people. That's not a committed relationship. I'm committed to the practice. You're running a relay race, a 4x100. 4 people on the team, but one person only wants to come to practice twice a week. Everybody else is practicing 6-7 days a week. So the person who's not coming to practice, he's not committed to winning. So there's things that women need to do that they need to be practicing in order to make the relationship work. That is only woman stuff. And there's things a man should be practicing that's only man stuff. Because that's the type of relationships I'm talking about. Yin and yang energy, man and woman. If somebody's doing same sex, that's fine. You would have to ask me the situation because I have to identify somebody's going to have to be to do some yin and somebody's going to have to be do some yang. Because if you double up on both sides, it's going to be an imbalance. What up, Mr. San? What up, Mila Parker? Right. Committed relationship means you are committed to the practice. Thank you, Mustafa. Boom. I'm pinning right answers today. Thank you, T. Barton. That's what it is. Committed to the practice is what a committed relationship is. Bong bong. Kristen knew what it is. What up, Cinder? So, when you add some romance, of course, my battery will go down to 5% right about now. But watch how I handle that. We cut on some light. We reach down and get the cord, and we just switch over. Please pause for the calls while we drop the plug up. All righty. What up, Antoinette White? So check this out. What's the key? The key is 20% romance, 80% relationship science. I know you don't know the relationship science yet. Nobody's ever taught you, except I'm teaching the class tonight, next Thursday, and the Thursday after that. There's a 3-step process called till, nurture, harvest. Can I get everybody to please type till, nurture, harvest? Till, nurture, harvest. A spiritual practice needs till, nurturing, and harvesting. A financial practice needs tilling, nurturing, and harvesting. An emotional practice needs tilling, nurturing, and harvesting. A physical practice needs tilling, nurturing, and harvesting. When you put something in the ground, you want to eat food, whether it's vegan, alkaline, scientific, whatever. You want to have what? You got to till the soil, then nurture it, then harvest it. If it's hemp or marijuana or cocaine, I don't care what it is. When you in front of your altar, you're either tilling, nurturing, or harvesting. Till, nurture, harvest. Now, what are these equivalent to? Foundation, mechanics, implementation. Please type that as well. Foundation, implementation, mechanics. Foundation, please type that too. Foundation, implementation, mechanics. What's the foundation? That's how we till it up. Mechanics, how do we nurture this? What are the moving parts? And what do we need to do to make sure all these things fit together? That's what nurturing is, make sure things fit together. And then 3, what's the implementation? That's when it's time to eat. That's when I'm harvesting. So it's impossible to teach all of these in one class because I still want to go back over and include the planet Venus. We did that in the first class. I told people where your Venus was at. Some of you all don't remember. Who came to the first relationship class and who knows where their Venus is at? So we don't mind going back to another subject, right? We don't mind going back to another subject and reviewing it. We don't mind. You know why? Because perfection comes from repetition. You got to practice. If you're going to get in a committed relationship, when are you going to practice? That's how I feel, me personally. So, what we doing in class tonight? So somebody says, well, can we, no, the classes are $26, each one of them. They're all on the site, Self-Discovery. How can I get that information? Come to all 3 classes. Each class is 2 hours long, at least. Plus you get a ritual, plus we answer every question that you have. It's not a class where you come and we just talk to you. You ask questions about your situation, the specifics. Tonight we want you to come in and ask all the questions on how do I till? What's the foundation? Here's my birthday. This is where my Venus is at. Like Kristen, she said, my Venus is in Capricorn. She already know what the steez is. Can somebody please put selfdiscoveryclass.info back in the joint? I guess I could type it, but I think I saw somebody up here who had typed it. All righty. So, class starts tonight at 9. I'm about to go take me a little nap, so I'll be well rested. Share this with your friends, and then I'll see you in class. When you sign up, you must sign up and have the private password. If you didn't get an email with the private password, please contact me. See, you're asking about soulmates and twin flames, and you don't know the foundation. Somebody said, I want a spell to get my boyfriend back. What's your foundation for maintaining a relationship? You know, what's the meanest thing you can say to a woman? What's the meanest thing you can say to a woman? Women say this to women all the time. I dare not say it to her. I'm scared. Yeah, I'm scared of some things. I don't tell everybody, but this is one thing I'm scared to say. So I'll just say it general. I'm not talking to nobody. When you tell a woman you can't keep a man, because unfortunately, that's part of what her measuring stick is. I need to keep a man. Shouldn't be. Should be your relationship with the Creator. That's my measuring stick. What up, Carmen? Venus in Libra, 12th house. So we're going to talk about Venus positions this evening. What up, Talita? I see Venus and Sag up in the building. See, these people are aware. You want to be ready for a relationship. That's the foundation. Then the mechanics of how do I operate inside of a relationship? Some of you think that avoidance is your answer to being in the right relationship. What I like about these 3 classes is I get to talk about relationships for the next 3 weeks. If you get the class, you also get the replay with it. When you don't get the class, you got to get the replay. You got to buy the replay separately. It's $35. But if you pay for the class tonight, it's $26. You got lifetime access to the replay. I see some Venus and Scorpios in here, some Venus and Pisces. So, what is it that you really desire in a relationship? That's what we want you to know. We want you to bring your desirable relationship to class tonight. Oh, we're going to be talking about your limiting character. Ooh, yes, we are. We're going to be talking about your limiting character. Where's Jasmine at? We definitely will be talking about your limiting character this evening. What up, Chris? So I can ask any question in this class. My 9-year relationship that just ended, I have lots of questions. Who's been to class before? Who wants to come on camera who's been to class before? Kobina, you want to come on class on the camera? You can ask any question about anything. Even though tonight is about relationships, that's why we say it's a individual class in a group setting. We charge $26, so we only have people who are serious. If your ass ain't serious, don't come through. Simple. If you ain't serious about it, people who at least pay $26 to invest to get an ROI, then guess what? Those are people that's in this class. Nobody's clowning nobody. Nobody's ridiculing nobody. You really are happy that you got somebody to ask a question that you really wanted to ask. Any, that's capital A, capital N, capital Y. Any question that you want to ask, we there for it. We want all the smoke. Like we say, we want all the questions. It can be astrological. What's the ritual? Can you give me the candle? What spell can you give me? Somebody said, may I at least pay for the next 3 classes? You can. You can go on there and click, 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 and pay for all 3 classes at once. I don't care if you got your bonnet on. What does that mean to me? Oh, you on the computer though. You got to be on your telephone. You got to be on your telephone. You can't do it from your computer. Check my inbox when I have time. I will. I can't check it while I'm on here tonight though. So it doesn't matter whether you 8 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. If you're not in a relationship that's making you happy and you not got your partner happy, and I'm sorry, your partner's not, if both of y'all not happy in the relationship, you need to be in class these next 3 weeks. Point blank, period. And you got what, 2 hours to go get a new notebook? You got 2 hours to go get you a new notebook. Some of you have been taking notes since class 1. Some of you have been skipping classes. That's fine. But this one is going to be a build on each class. So I highly advise go in and pay for all 3, or at least be in line for all 3. Si, senor. All right, fam. I appreciate y'all. I have said my piece. You have an invitation on my projectors. You have an invitation to come to class. All my generators and manifesting generators. What I would do is respond to this in the manner that you need to respond to it. And then all of my manifestors go inform somebody else about the class. Come over here and get some information. I got something for you too. Don't delay. And please don't wait till 8:55 to inbox me talking about where's the link to get in. I can't get in. If you got an email that's got a password in it, you should get a password. You should get an email from PayPal, and you should get an email from Webinar Jams giving you a private password. All right. I appreciate y'all. Coach is getting ready to go in for a second. Go take me a little nap, get some rest. I just had some splendid oxtails. Marvelous. Now I got to put my offerings up on my altar. Then I'm going to give me some rest. Appreciate that for y'all who are coming, who have been coming. Please keep spreading the word. Check your email. I sent out tons of invitations, and now you know how to get to it yourself. I found you in peace, and I'm going to leave you in prayer. Big inhale. Big exhale. Enabakoa Gejilaki Menka Tatia Tezara Kabel Ronara Amcha Sagvanu Tahara Nunara Nagibo to She Yakadeka Kawaba Shamra Barkam Tower Rakame to Zika Taker to Mead Gamli Kasim Kadosh Baru Tufka Nahela Taker Yakit Gahelam Chapanez or Craig Katushka Taker Shivatanu Kabel Ushma Tazakatanu Yodea Talamot Burukshem Kavu Makuto Lalam Vaed. Thank you. What up, Keisha Daniels? Dr. Marilyn, how you feeling this evening? All right, I'm going to see y'all in class tonight. Peace.